In this video, I'm going to show you the best possible way to craft a specific funnel, both for cold and for retargeting, for your ads, for your Facebook and Instagram ads, that has shown to us after millions and millions of testing that this is just the best way to craft your ads, to build both a persuasive, attractive brand, but also get emotional, direct, impulsive sales right from the first day of starting your ads. And this is actually a main concept that I have talked about before, both in the Sales Funnel Strategy Masterclass and in the Holistic Framework Masterclass. So if you want a deeper, different perspective onto this specific strategy, go ahead and watch these videos. Here I'm basically just telling you the exact same stuff that I already told you in the Sales Funnel Strategy Masterclass. So let's have a look at it. It looks like this. It's called omnipresent retargeting. In German, we have a specific term for this to describe the way that a user that goes through this specific customer journey has the highest likelihood of purchasing your product. It also has the highest overall conversion rate, in the sense that this specific funnel will give you the biggest penetration of your market. If you have 1 million potential customers that see your ads, this strategy will give you the highest amount of overall customers that you can convert from this audience. Some other targeting options and some other strategies are more precise, they're more direct. This is for building a strong, congruent, known, successful brand using Facebook ads. And it leverages the strategy of AIDA, which is awareness, interest, desire, action. And it basically is a way to attract the right audiences, the right customers over time, retarget them with very specific, psychologically well-crafted, persuasive ads so that they get brainwashed into buying that product. They get brainwashed, they fall in love with the brand, with the people behind that. They get all the trust they need, and they spark their interest and their desire to buy the product over time. You, as a Facebook marketer, it is your job to set up these ads in the best possible and most effective way. And we can talk more about technical setups, but when you understand this, I think all the setup gets pretty obvious. So for the first step, we need our ads that just work well on the cold audiences. Most of the time, these are these 3, 4, 5 minute inspirational brand campaigns where there's strong storytelling, there is something crazy happening, something amazing where people get curious, that is shared with their friends, something inspirational, something shocking, something new, a lot of stuff that just brings a lot of attention and awareness to your specific product, your cause, your mission, your brand. So these are the first step that attracts the right amount of people, but also a very large amount of people. For example, if you go out with a strong call to action ad, you might be successful with that, especially on audiences that have known your product or similar products before, that are kind of purchase ready, that already have a high pain, high demand, and they're very desperate. You can go out with just a call to action ad on cold audiences, but don't expect to bring in 300,000 customers with that in a market where there's only 10 million, 30 million potential users. Because for that, it's too direct, it's too specific, and the amount of people that are ready to buy is super, super small. Most of the people are not ready to buy. Most of the people have some sort of problem, they have to be. Otherwise, they have to be in your audience, right? So they have to have some sort of life relation to what you're trying to offer to them. But most of them don't have the full understanding. They don't know the pricing. They don't know exactly how it works. They don't have this interest and desire yet. So they cannot take a call to action, even though you might tell them to. You might tell them to, hey, buy this right now. But they don't know why and what and how, and they don't have this yet. So this brings in all these people. If you sell something about about weight loss or muscle building or better sleep, better health, better meditation, better food, becoming vegan, vegetarian, whatever, the first step is your chance to draw in the awareness, the attention of a lot of people. Not by talking about your product, about your price, about your whatever detail, logical, unemotional stuff. You won't get the attention through that. People want to be shocked. People want to see something crazy, something new, something that's just so outrageous that they want to talk about that with their friends. One entrepreneur that did this really well in the past was Richard Branson, who had multiple businesses. Some sold music, some were airlines, some were other businesses. But he always did some crazy PR stunt. He was jumping from a plane or doing crazy motorbike stunts or going on a hot air balloon ride over the Atlantic, like crazy stuff to get people talking about it. And he used that awareness, that attention of large amounts of people to then attract them and funnel them through to his later brands and other products. But if he didn't have this strong awareness, no one would have heard about his products and his brands. So this first step takes the most work. This is the most important step, and this will decide how well these other steps can follow up. Because if your video doesn't get 1 million views, you don't have 1 million people to retarget. If your videos cost you super high amounts of money to just get a little reach, then your first step is already costing you a lot, which kills the other steps. And this can be video, but also this can be images. For example, here, we once sold a unique new pillow that was invented by a doctor to solve neck pain and back pain. And it was patented. The doctor has founded a research organization, an institution to test and develop this product over 10 years. And he devoted his whole life to this, to come up with this new crazy invention. And this is relevant for everyone, not just people with neck pain. This is like a health thing, a health revolution, just like news headlines. For these cold awareness stuff, news headline style ads work the best, where you come and give the people something that they didn't know before, which is extremely important, extremely relevant, and draws in their attention. Awareness, attention, same word. And now, as you have this first big piece, you target it to the right cold audiences using targeting strategy level 1, flex, interest, behavior, targeting stage level 2, lookaliking, or targeting stage level 3, letting the algorithm target the right people for you through open cold. This brings in the most people, and now some people might buy from that already. Most likely, the people that would have bought on a call to action ad in the first impression, they are now the ones that they're buying because they see your product, they immediately convinced, they've clicked on your ad and they've read the whole page, and they are just immediately buying your product because they like it, they know it, they get it. But this is just a small fraction of your audience. The big chunk of your revenue is in this retargeting funnel, which we call omnipresent retargeting. You can use this not just on Facebook and Instagram if you're running your Facebook cold campaigns, but you can also use your other social media channels like Google Display retargeting or YouTube retargeting or TikTok retargeting, and have all your different ad accounts work together and overlap and have like this amazing effect that, yes, your Facebook ads might work on cold, but also you have your YouTube cold ads, you have your Google search cold ads, and you have other sources of traffic. And everyone who visits one of your pages falls into this specific retargeting funnel. And that is because we create a custom audience that goes on for 30 days, 14 days, 60 days, and it puts in all the people that have either done a page view of one of your pages, like for example from your other traffic sources. You get all the page visitors to retarget on Facebook, but from Facebook itself, you not only get the page visitors, which are a fairly late step, you also get the video viewers and the engagers, or the fans of your pages, the people that have liked, clicked on stuff. They will all land in this retargeting funnel, which then basically does the following. Over a span of 1 to 4 weeks, there are multiple touch points delivered. On average, that's just our experience, 10 to 20 touch points are delivered. This creates a strong feeling of, first of all, trust through omnipresence. You're always top of mind, and you're basically giving a sales and persuasive impression every day, but also it's not always the same impression. Because if you run the same impression, like for example, you have this as your cold ad, and then people have seen this once, they clicked on your page, they're interested, and now they see this ad every day for 14 days. That won't change their purchase decision much. I mean, potentially it can by just staying top of mind with what they've already seen, but most of the time they get annoyed by seeing the same stuff again. They are on Facebook, they are on Instagram, they are browsing their newsfeed to get and see new stuff. They're looking for novelty, and you can give them novelty through your content. For example, for any sort of personal brand that sells coaching, consulting, trainings, online courses, I would use this middle step, which is the biggest piece of our funnel here, and I would just provide immense amount of value. Give 10 tips about this, give 5 tips here, share this case study, share this for free, give out a book for free, do stuff like give them lots and lots of value, but also use these impressions to show off a bit. Another example would be dating. Imagine you know that this girl that you're kind of interested in, and she's also kind of interested in you. As you know, the AIDA funnel, its second step is interest. And you know that she's looking at your Instagram story or your WhatsApp status or your daily post for the next 14 days. And now you have basically 14 impressions to use in the best possible way. Do you want to show her this one good picture of you where you were sitting on the beach or where you were driving in a fancy car? This same picture 14 times? Well, after seeing it 1 or 2 times, it doesn't have any additional effect. She knows that picture. She knows that fact of you that you have a car. Maybe there are other aspects about you that you want that she starts to know and understand that. And this is exactly the formula that we are using here to combine everything that we know about sales, about persuasion. The book Influence by Cialdini is a huge influencer, has been a huge influence on us creating and crafting this funnel, because we are using all the different biases and basically mental things that are happening in the mind of the user to use to our advantage. by showing them not just the same ad over and over again, but actually showing them different ads that show all the different positive aspects about us, while staying top of mind, while building trust through omnipresence, through multi-channel, by being seen on different channels also, not just Facebook, but also YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, be seen everywhere with all the different stuff that you have to offer. And here's the long list of things that you can craft here. You can, again, tell your inspirational story if you haven't done that yet in your initial cold ads. You can show your social proof, your testimonials. You can show that you are that influencers endorse you, that you have magazine articles, PR, proof, numbers, authority, status, that you've won awards, that you have big numbers, that you have 5,000 happy customers, that you are rated an average of 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, on Proven Expert, on Reviews.io, on Google, on Amazon, on your own whatever trust testimonial platform. Brainwashing the customer into something. For example, when we sold this pillow, we had 14 days, or we have potentially unlimited days, but you usually do like a 14 to 30 day retargeting experience here, where you can craft an enemy image in the customer's mind. For example, if you sell a new pillow, you can make them angry about their existing bad, unhealthy, painful pillow every day. Every evening before they go to bed, you can show them again another ad where a doctor tells them that how they are sleeping right now is just bad for their health. It harms their muscles. It keeps the body from regenerating in their sleep. It hinders the blood flow of improving your health. And just overall bad stuff about their existing pillow or whatever enemy image there is. If you're selling weight loss product, you can tell them every day that the diet that they are on right now is just proven to be unhealthy, flawed, doesn't work, doesn't bring results, and you have status, trust, authority, hype that there's something new going on that changes this forever, that changes your problem forever. That's important. That's why it's important to have somewhat relevant cold audiences here, like your lookalikes, like good targeted people that have the right gender and the right age range and the right demographics, to bring them into this funnel, because if they don't have a problem or if they're not at all related to your brand, then of course this sales process doesn't work. But if they have the slightest form of problem or pain or desire to change, this retargeting funnel is just going to make them mentally ill almost, to the point that they just have to buy your product to finally stop seeing these ads and finally get the benefits of the product that you're having to offer. Reciprocity, as I said, giving out a lot of value, giving out 7 tips to sleep better, 7 great health training tasks to do to improve your muscles, or giving them 3 good health exercises to do, giving them a free recipe, a free whatever, lead magnets, all that stuff here to just build up that value depth where you have given them a lot, you've given them value, great inspirational motivation, quotes every day, and this creates this value depth that they feel they owe you something because you were so generous to them. Providing both logical arguments but also emotional sales, why the product is the right choice, what is it, how does it work, why can we trust the brand, and what's the call to action. All that can always be shown here and written here, most of the time with a fairly soft call to action, not hard pressuring people, because that's not the right step yet. First, we want to make sure that they have strong interest and create strong desire, and only once they have all these, then we can go in and slam them with a stronger, more pressuring sales tactic, if that's at all something that you want to do. You don't need to do that. This will all work without any cheesy sales techniques, just by building up a brand where people want to join. Showing your business, showing the people behind it, showing your office, showing your sustainable production factory, showing how much you care for the environment, how much you recycle your plastic and all that stuff, and your inspirational founder story, so that people get a feel for who's behind that brand, why is this brand there at the first place, and what's so interesting about it. Again, we're talking about interest and desire here. Showing a large variety of impressions is much, much better than showing the same ad over and over again. If I'm coming back to that dating example, you would want to craft an experience for that girl where you make sure that over the next 14 to 30 impressions, that she knows that you don't only drive a fancy car, you're also super handsome, you like pets, you have a sweet dog, you have like really good fitness, you're going to the gym, crazy muscles, beach body, you're eating healthy, you're earning crazy amounts of money from your fully automated businesses, you have a purpose, you have a story, you have proof, you have friends, you have potentially more other girls that you're dating. So she becomes more and more interested in you because you build up that magnetism. It's like you're charging up your brand, and you create that desire from the other opposite pole. In this case, we are the vendor, we are the seller, and we are charging this field with the potential buyer through what we're doing here. Answering all their questions and handling their objections, maybe even showing them competitors, doing work for them, comparing prices, comparing features, and giving them all that information so that they have the right foundation of making a good, long-term and healthy purchase decision when it comes to this specific product in their life. Showing your features, your demos, your showcases, showing case studies, success stories, testimonials, cutting all that together into a really good ad. For example, I mean, you can get all that information, but how do you actually show it? Most of the time, this is either, you see we have a lot of image ads here. Image ads are really good for this step because they make this impression quite quickly, while image ads are not so good for this first step. Here, videos used to perform much better because only with video ads, you can also get these 50% video view, 10-second video view audiences. If you run your images first, this whole thing doesn't work, and videos just overall perform much better. So what I would do is, first of all, I have my great video where most of the stuff is already inside. So for example, here, my story is there, my authority is there, my trust, some badges, my big numbers are there. A lot of stuff is already in this first video here. So what I can easily do is I just cut this stuff up into pieces that are 10, 15, 30 second long, and I run them as retargeting. I have one retargeting piece where it's only happy customers that tell their story. I have another piece where one can see all our authority and badges and numbers and awards and certificates and all that stuff. Then I have one next ad that only shows how we are so environmentally friendly with our production and our big factory. And we make an office tour and show around our new office with our great team and our happy, purpose-driven business and our team, the whole movement of real people believing in our mission. And these are individual ads where the text and the headline and the image or the video, the main job that they have is bringing this additional puzzle piece to the customer's mind. Because this customer mind is built up over time with individual puzzle pieces. Another individual puzzle piece would be that you have a money-back guarantee, that it's low risk, that you can buy anytime and you have basically no risk and it's pretty cheap and If you don't want it, you can give it back. You have 30, 60 days, whatever. The first month only costs €9, super easy, starting at 29 euros, and upgrade later. Like this stuff that makes the whole thing low risk, another piece. The logical arguments, another piece. They're getting brainwashed, another piece. They know your hype, your award, your trending business, that you just earned €1 million funding from famous investors, another piece. More and more and more of that, so that in the end, they fall in love with your business and your brand and your product. And they just want to have it. They have this amazing, strong desire to have it, just like dating. If this girl knows that you have all this, and that you are also interested in them, in her, and that there's a really good chance of you coming together and spending your life together as a couple, this is falling in love. And this is exactly what happens through this retargeting funnel. You could also call it love retargeting funnel. It's where you build up and create the love to the brand. They don't want anything else. They want yours. They want your pillow. They want your course. They want your consulting. They want your phone, shake, food, whatever startup, gadget, microphone, camera, lights, laptop, desk, table, design, mirror for their home. You've built up that brand love. And it's also important to make all these ads, yes, they show wildly different stuff. Some are very calm and very logical. Others are more high energy and selling something or telling a crazy story or being, just more emotional. But all these different ads have one thing in common, and that is a brand style. The same colors, the same font, the same people. If you look at this, you could definitely say that in terms of brand congruency, it's not the best. Yes, there's this green-ish color to it. I mean, you always have the same brand name and logo here on the very top from the page that is distributing these ads. That's good. But in terms of visual, text style, headline style, this should be as congruent as possible. Having the same model, the same font, the same colors. Here, I mean, the one common thing that is always in all of these ads is the pillow. You always see this strange pillow with a neck roll. You see it here, you see it here, you see it here, you see it everywhere. So this is what gave us this really strong brand recognition effect, that in their mind, they can add together all these different features and elements into one brand. Because if they are not recognized as the same brand, they might think that they are different products. And then you don't have this, everything adds up together into one strong brand love effect, which we call that the customer recognizes that this is the perfect product for them. This is the perfect brand for them. And once you've achieved this, first of all, you have already converted 50 to 75% of your overall people in the process of seeing all these ads. Some bought after the first impression, some bought after 3, 5 impressions, some bought after 10 impressions. And now you have a large chunk of people ready to buy your product. And that is when you can go in with strong call to action closing ads, which now for the first time can be more salesy, more pressuring, hard call to action, special offer, only this month, having a valid Christmas offer, only 2,000 products for this price, special edition, whatever, being almost sold out for Christmas, for New Year's, for summer start, having the scarcity, limited time, limited amount, limited discount, and potentially directing these people to a separate page. Because for these ads, you want to use one really good and fairly large page that has a lot of information and that tells them all this stuff in a page. Now they know all this stuff and they can potentially convert on a much smaller and more direct call to action page where you don't need to tell the whole founder story again. You don't need to show all this stuff again, because now you know they had already a lot of impressions. And you do that by targeting custom audiences of people that have visited your pages and seen your videos, or that have visited your page 2 or more times, or that have been in this retargeting loop for a long time already, and you target them specifically with a higher bidding, a strong, precise targeting, and you can pay a lot of money for these impressions because they're just super, super valuable to you. For example, here there are these warning symbols there and offering like a 14-day free trial by paying on a receipt and paying later only if you want it. So there's like special stuff that you can do here at the very bottom, which you never do in your upper funnel because you don't want to distract from your brand. You first want to build up this brand trust, this brand desire. And once this has sufficiently built up, you can go in, slam the hammer, pull out your psychological closing sales techniques and really close them on the sale. Because by then they have everything that they need. They have handled all the objections. They know the what, they know the why, they know the trust, they know the how. They want it, they need it, they desire it. They have no questions. Potentially even you can, in this step, you could, for example, offer a free consultation or a free chat with the customer support agent if there are any other questions that stop them from buying. Now everything is really done and they are ready. They just need this kick. They just need to pull this trigger and have someone to really lead them, because it's an emotional change. It's getting outside of their comfort zone and actually changing something in their life, and they need a strong call to action so that they actually go out and do it. And they buy it either on a landing page, on one of these landing pages, on a special offer landing page, or by seeing these ads and going on Google, looking for the product and brand there, and buying there. And this is the funnel that has been used by us since, for the last 4 or 5 years, basically, since we figured out that this is the best possible way to get a lot of people converted through cold activation, warm retargeting, building up that brand desire, and closing a lot of people already here in this process, and having smaller, more precise, more targeted, strong call to action ads at the bottom to get in the last people that haven't bought yet. This is really the funnel that we use in all of our different brands. It doesn't matter if it's an info product, if it's a personal brand that we build up as a celebrity, or we sell a physical product, a digital product, e-com, apps, everything. It works. It's so good. It's just the best tool. We've used it to generate over 50 million euros in revenue today through ads like this, through Facebook, through Google, through TikTok, through YouTube. And with this as a foundation, as long as you have a good product, a trusted brand where you actually have a lot of stuff to talk about, you need a lot of foundation to come up with all this content, right? If you don't have 5,000 happy customers, happy PR, happy magazines, won awards, certificates, and have these numbers, if you don't have that, then you can't tell it. So then you would have a brand bottleneck, and that's the reason why you can't come up with good content. So you need good product, good brand, and then this whole thing works. And gets you, most of the time, a conversion rate that's healthy, that's sustainable, between 5 and 10%, CPA costs of 10, 20, 50 euros, being able to scale your brand 5x, 10x, 15x ROAS, 2 million in revenue. We've done it. I show you how it's done, how you can do it as well in the next couple of videos and in all of the videos here in these masterclasses.